when did you go on vacation?
That's so funny.
And then all of a sudden he's like, yeah, I'm at Six Flags for 4 days. And I was just like, I wanted to go, what do you do at Six Flags for 4 days?
It's like, what do you mean? What do you mean? but yeah, so we're here, we're live, we're happy to be here. I'm happy to be here. Now
Me
things
too.
right, so when I say things have calmed down, I don't mean things have calmed down in the sense of business wise. Just things are now are more organized. So now it's not like total chaos, not
Things are
complete.
a little more emotional.
Yeah. So now like I have people watching the front. So now I'm able to actually do my thing. So
Nice.
yeah. So that's why I'm here today. So we have somebody watching the front desk. So I'm happy about that. So we're good to go. We're good to go, people. So,
Oh, yeah.
what up, D928? Welcome to the stream, per usual. It's so cool. Like, I love using the software that we use because, like, we stream from all over the place. We stream Mixer, we stream Twitch, we stream YouTube. So, and D9 watches from YouTube. We have people that watch from Mixer. It's awesome,
People watching
man.
Twitch. Yeah, we got all.
Yeah, we're all over the world. So, but I'm glad that we have people in the room. So thank you as always for watching. So it's always a good time. It's always a good time here at PCG Live.
Yeah.
So so let's talk a little bit before because we'll save the last hour of the show for the main topic that you want to talk about.
Yeah.
So we'll play a little catch up because we didn't get to do too much with E3 and just kind of what's going on. Like we can talk about the first half of the year.
Yes.
We're a
Yeah,
little
well,
over
we
first
didn't get a lot of your opinions on your overall of E3 last week.
When we talked about it, I kept it kind of pretty basic. I kind of just said, I definitely enjoyed this E3 a lot, and it was not the favorite, but one of my favorites, just due to the fact that a lot of these E3s, like we're at a dull point in the gaming year, and for these like these consoles, and usually I don't want to say it dies down because it's die down is not the right term for it, but around this time of year in the consoles lifeline, things tend to slow down a little bit, where there's not as much games come out for them. They're starting to work on their next series of titles and things like that. So things kind of get weird. You know what I mean? So
It really is like every gaming year. It is always like this because it's always like you get a first half. It literally is like basketball, like college ball. It's you get the first half. The first half's loaded with games right out the gate.
Yep.
From January on to like April, maybe sometimes May, it's loaded with games, and they just keep firing. Then once like June hits, the E3 time comes and rolls around, you get announcements like here and there, like Mario Tennis came out in June. That was cool. But like after that, it was like, yeah, I mean, nothing really much came out after in June. I guess like Jurassic World came out, which apparently was like the game of June, which was weird. I thought it was, but
Jurassic World?
yeah,
Really?
yeah, I thought that was weird. I was like, really? That beat out Mario Tennis? That's kind of odd, but
Yeah, no, that's very odd.
yeah, apparently other people bought it. So I was like, okay, interesting.
Huh.
But yeah, like even around like this month, like nothing's really coming out minus the Mega Man X Legacy Collection. But again, that's just a compilation of all the X games. So it's like anything new. There's nothing really new coming out this month, unless you dive into the indie stuff. I'm sure there's some indie stuff coming out, but as far as like big time AAA games, there's nothing this month.
Yeah. I mean,
it is really like, from January to May, big news. Then, summertime rolls around, June, July, August. You may get something, but not really. But then like September hits.
Yeah.
And it just starts up.
yeah, it's the holiday season. It's the holiday season. But like I'm speaking specifically towards like this age into the console. Like E3 usually sucks. Like so what year are we in for Xbox and PlayStation. We're in like
This is year
5,
5.
right? Yeah, that's what I thought. So we're getting into year 5. So, like, we're halfway already through into the next generation, maybe sooner. Who knows nowadays?
Right.
But typically like the E3 that is like 5 years into the new console it's like. Ugh. Like, you know what I mean? Because, like, most of the good titles are out, so it's just, like, all the work that they put in on the games are already out. So it's just, it's kind of, but this really impressed me. Like, I was satisfied for the time here because I was like, I wasn't expecting, like, a fantastic E3. Like, I really wasn't. I thought Xbox needed to come with a fantastic E3, and I think they did. So that was good to see. And to hear that. So with all that being said, like I was very satisfied with this E3. I was very, very satisfied. D9 said, did you see the PlayStation ad on Facebook called Black Ops 3 free for Plus members? Pretty cool for my tournament platform, Players Lounge. So yeah, they announced that at E3, which was pretty cool.
Yep.
And I thought that was nifty. That was a little different.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I already owned it, so you know, when it comes to that stuff, I'm just like I don't get too happy about it. But it's always bound to come free. Like that's the thing about games now is you got to always expect that at some point in time it's gonna be free. So it's all about how soon do you want to play it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But the start of this year, the first half of this year, to go back to what you were talking about, that was pretty good. God of War is fantastic, so I thought that was pretty good. I want to kind of save my thoughts for the first half of the year to a little bit more because I know we said we're going to talk gaming awards and stuff for the first half. So I guess I'll keep I'll keep my thoughts of that to a
we'll
later
get into it later.
Yeah. But to speak more on E3, the games that are coming up are really, really good games that I'm excited for. What was the one that we seen at EA that was an indie?
Oh, geez. I should know this. Sea of Solitude.
Yeah. I am dumb excited for that game. Like I am like extremely excited for that game. So that's gonna be fantastic. I love that Little Nightmares coming on the Switch. I'm a huge fan of that. I can't remember if they announced that on E3 or was it right before E3?
Oh, well, Little Nightmares is already out, but what did... Oh, that's what I saw. So I didn't even realize this. Maybe they announced it prior, but not. But when I turned on my Switch yesterday, I looked to the left in the news column when you see it, and the first thing I saw was Inside and Limbo on the Switch, and I was like, they announced that? When did they announce that?
Did they announce that at E3?
I don't remember them announcing Inside and Limbo. Maybe they did. Maybe it was in that the reel, like the little reel that they do.
Oh, yeah. They tend to get a little sneaky with that.
No kidding. Like they threw fighters in there, and we were like, we didn't see that, but that was when like the stream like cut off a little bit or something. I don't know what happened. But like they showed fighters, and I was like, "Oh wow!"
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think there's a lot of things to be looking forward to. So I'm happy to see the games that are coming out, and a good amount of them this year. I'm super stoked for Anthem. Like I am super stoked for Anthem. I can't wait for that game. That game is going to be phenomenal.
That definitely will be good. I can't wait for Super Mario Party though.
I know, right? That looks like it's going to be really, really good. That was a surprise, a little bit. Surprise, hashtag not surprised.
I think I was only surprised because prior to that, I had said to you guys, if they say anything about a Mario Party, it would be next year.
Yeah.
So then when they showed it, it like threw me for a loop, and I was like,
so, all right, so we're surprised that we actually got to something that we said that should make sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That like, Nintendo usually gives you what you want, but not what you're expected. You know what I mean? Like what you feel that you should get. So like that's what Nintendo's really, to me, really known for is they're like, hey, you want this and you didn't even know, and you're like, okay, yeah, I guess you were right. I did want this.
But yeah, I wanted old school Mario Party, and we got it.
Yeah. So no, that's pretty exciting. Pokemon game looks pretty good.
Pokemon game is going to be very interesting. Did you watch more of it?
The E3.
No, I mean like specifically like Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee.
No, no, I didn't. I gotta go back. So I started watching a little bit more of the interviews, and I still haven't. So I'm going to literally lock myself in a room and just sit there and watch those things soon. So that's what I'm looking for, because I gotta watch all those. Like, I'm so mad at myself that I haven't. And usually, like I said, I've watched it several times by now. So I gotta catch up on that.
Yeah, they will have gym battles.
Oh, that's right. You told me that. You said that they would
will
have
have gym battles and regular battles in it, because during the trailer they were showing you battling trainers.
Yeah. I'm telling you, that game's gonna be freaking awesome.
Oh yeah,
I can't wait.
And it's based in Kanto.
I can't wait. Because it's based off the yellow. What about Smash for Switch? Already pre-ordered it in my college GameStop. The Smash for Switch is going to be phenomenal. Everyone's really excited about it. I mean, it's the ultimate, like, the title is perfect. And I can use Fox again. Like, that's what not Fox, Wolf. I've been wanting to use Wolf since they put him in it, and now we get to have him. So I'm so excited, like, super dumb excited for that game. So so I think it was you that asked me about Ridley. Last show, I think I answered the question about Ridley, because you asked me what did I think about Ridley. I don't know if I fully answered this question last time, so I'm gonna do it again if I didn't. So I personally don't care for him. I know there's a lot of people that are excited for him. He doesn't look like my fighting style, so I don't care for him. I do feel that there were other characters that deserved it over him, but I'm not mad that he got it, because it makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. It makes sense. I just feel like they chipped him on his size, because Ridley's huge. And, like, now they had to make him, like, a normal-sized character. And I'm just like, but that's not Ridley.
That's what I literally, like, when we saw it during the Smash trailers, or when they were talking about Smash in E3, we're all in the same boat. Me, you, and Andre are in the same boat. We were just like, yeah, there should have been someone else. Like,
yeah.
Ridley just doesn't make sense to me, because you did have to completely shrink him down.
Yeah.
And now he looks like everybody else. So, like, let's put it this way: if I play as Ridley and Bayonetta is taller than Ridley, we're gonna have a problem.
Yeah. No, that's not. That's
I'm
not
like,
cool.
Ridley's humongous.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, you're like, okay, but we want to make him a character, and we have to completely shrink him down. So basically, it's not really Ridley. We'll call him Baby Ridley. So
miniature Ridley.
Yep, it's Mini Ridley or Midget Ridley, Baby Ridley. I mean, there's Baby Mario, Baby Luigi.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just have Baby Ridley.
Baby Ridley. Oh, look at little cute Baby Ridley.
Look at little Baby Ridley.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm very excited for Smash. The games that I'm excited about. There's a lot of them. The list is huge, and what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to pick some games and talk about it. Talk about each game. Not each game, but each game's got to have its own representation, because there's a lot I think they showed. Last of Us looks phenomenal. And I personally enjoy how graphic that game is, because it's showing you how bad of a time it is, and I love that. Like, this is way more graphic than the first one. First one was First one really wasn't that wild. Like, it really wasn't. Like, this one literally, for sure, they showed they got in trouble for, because of how bad it was. Like, I was a little taken back by it, not in a bad sense. I was just like, did they just show that, like, the way they did? Like, that's because that was surprising. Like, that was surprising. Like, rip the throat. I think it was the stomach. Rip the stomach right open. It was the stomach or throat. I can't remember. Yeah. I was like, oh my goodness. Like, right from
brutal.
Yeah. Like, what the hell? But I thought it was good. And then now they showed even more. I was just like, oh, this is so sexy. I don't know how I feel about the Tomb Raider game. I don't know how I feel about that.
I think we need to see a little more with it.
Yeah.
I still think it looks good, but at the same time, I can look at it and be like, it looks just like the other.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it. Like, yo, it's the same game.
That's yeah. I agree with that. Like, it looks good. Again, it looks good. I think it'll still be a good game. But yeah, like those trailers are just like, okay, we're in the woods again.
Yeah, like
we're hunting guys down again.
Yeah.
So we're doing the same thing again.
So like I didn't get it. You know what I mean? I didn't get it. So hey,
I think they should have went a different route with this one. Kind of like, because this is why I like the Uncharted series. The Uncharted series, yeah, there's jungles in each one, but there's also very diverse lands in each one. Like in Uncharted, the 3, I believe. I'll have to go back and check. But in Uncharted 3, like you're in the desert. Like you don't see the desert in 1 or 2.
I think it was 3. I think you're right. It was 3. Yeah.
But like you're in the desert. You've never seen the desert in Uncharted 1 or 2. So it's a completely different landscape. And then like in the part of the games, you're in like a utopia. And then you're in like a city with a bunch of, like villagers and stuff like that. It's very diverse. That's what makes the Uncharted games great. The Tomb Raider games, literally, you're in the tomb. You're going to find a tomb, or you're in the jungle, and you go through the jungle.
It just felt like it was like the same thing. Like
yeah, I agree.
I just felt like it was the same thing, and that I was just kind of like,
If they diversified the worlds better, then then I'd be like, okay, this is gonna be like really legit.
Yeah.
But I think Square's getting a little lazy.
Yeah.
Days ago.
Yeah, and
it's shown in their conference.
And oh yeah, no, definitely shows in their conference. But there was another game I was just gonna bring up. I can't remember which game it was. Shit. It was
all right. Well,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Here's a question for you.
Yeah.
So, what was your #1 surprise of E3? That's a tough one. Cause
yeah, that is a tough one. What was my number surprise? There definitely was a surprise because I'm trying to remember my reaction when I heard it. And I'm just trying to remember which one it was, what game it was. 'Cause I was just like, oh shit.
I have like 3. I have like a top 3. I think I can nail it down to a #1.
You go first because it might refresh my memory.
So all right, so my 3.
Oh, actually, can I say it? Cyberpunk. Yes. Cyberpunk was probably my biggest surprise.
Oh, really?
I didn't think they were going to show Cyberpunk. Like,
oh, really?
I said that they should. You know what I mean? But like, I didn't think it was anywhere near what they were going to have to show, and so yeah. I was definitely surprised by Cyberpunk.
See, that's an interesting one because I feel like, yeah, it was a surprise, but it's something that people have been talking about, and they're like, where's Cyberpunk? Where's Cyberpunk? Where's Cyberpunk? And they kept bringing it up. And then they finally showed it again. So it's like, yeah, it was a surprise, but it was like, okay, we needed to see it.
Yeah.
Like, to me, like, the surprises for me were, my top 3 are Mario Party, Resident Evil 2, and Battletoads.
Battletoads, yeah, that was definitely, like, I remember Battletoads. I don't want to say it was a surprise because making the old games come back is something that is becoming like a thing. So I was just like, It was more like, oh, cool. You know what I mean? But like, it wasn't like a surprise in the sense of like a shock. Like, oh my God. But like, I thought that was pretty cool because you brought it up to me. You're like, oh, what would you do if they bring Battletoads back? So if the conversation never came up, maybe I probably would have been a little bit more surprised. You know what I mean? But to me, a surprise is like complete out of left field. No one knew. It just slapped you in the mouth and almost knocked you out of your chair. Like, you know what I mean? To me, that's like, that is like a surprise to me.
Yeah. I mean, I could see that. I just feel like me and Andre were like really hyped about it.
Yeah, yeah. And don't get me wrong, like I loved Battletoads growing up. Like I really did. But it wasn't like one of my top favorite games. Like it wasn't on the level of like Mega Man or Mario for me. Like it was, it was definitely an enjoyable game. And I'm glad they actually are bringing it back because like I'll play it and I'll get it and stuff. But other than that, like it's one of those games that I think if they never remade, I wouldn't be upset about it. I would have just been like, oh well, that's something you guys could have made money off of. You know what I mean? But again, I loved it as a kid with Nintendo. Like, but it's just one of those games that didn't stick with me as much as some other ones might.
Yeah, no, I can understand that. I feel like when I see Battletoads, like it's a big nostalgia trip because I was like, I remember playing it as a kid and it was so hard and I beat the first stage, but then like obviously I got to Turbo Tunnel as a kid and I'm just like, yep, never got by it.
Yeah, yeah.
So I had to grow up a little bit and then finally got by it and I was like, oh.
I gotta say, like, and this makes me sound like a Scrooge, but like the remake of games now, okay, all right.
You're gonna be a Scrooge right now, aren't you?
Except for Final Fantasy VII. But like, but like I feel like doing it with Final Fantasy VII is a remake. You know what I mean? So all right. So let me put this out here, right? A remake I'm okay with games that are like super classic. So I feel like you're literally remake. So say they remake Double Dragon into a more current gen, like remake a Double Dragon, then I'm cool with it. Not this like Double Dragon Neon, which is not really Double Dragon. It's Double Dragon, but like it's a continuation story that they're trying to do. Like that's not cool to me. Like, but like I'm not as amped for these sequels for games that are much older that just came out. Like Mega Man, I'm excited for, like super excited for. So I guess Mega Man doesn't fall in that category for me as far as like, oh, it doesn't count. Because like I kind of feel like it doesn't count. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so there's exceptions to the rules, but I see what you're saying. So I'll bring up a perfect example because you just brought up Double Dragon and stuff. Gomboski, what's up, brother? So I played Double Dragon 4. Good God.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying, though. Like, when they do things like that, like, I think we've had that's like video game movies, right? You go to see a video game movie, you're expecting it to be bad. Like, expecting it to be bad.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of where we lie with, like, these remakes, besides certain franchises. Like, look at Mega Man. Like, Mega Man is going to be a fantastic game. So am I saying Double Dragon is not going to be good? No, I'm not saying that. But does it have a potential of not being good? It definitely does, and it kind of worries me a little bit. Even the Crash, right? Crash is a perfect example. I absolutely loved Crash. And when they said that they were coming out with all the remasters and everything, like, I wasn't that excited for it. Like, I thought that was cool, but I was just like, okay, cool. It's just not something that it gets me pumped and amped anymore for, I guess.
Only because it's like the same game, but they just made it prettier.
But even if they made a new one, depends on how they do it. Like, I don't know. I guess it's just like, in a sense, like I've grown up out of those. But see, I can't even say that.
All right. So here's the thing. I think it depends on the game. I really think it depends on the franchise and the game.
Yeah, I guess you can say that. Because like Mega Man, I'm really excited for. So I can't say. Yeah. I can't say it.
All right. I'll paint a picture for you right here. So when Mega Man 9 and Mega Man 10 came out, I was excited. I was like, cool, new Mega Mans. And then I played them. They were good, but then I was like, you know, I really wish one time they would put Mega Man in a current gen engine with like current graphics. It's to see what it looked like. So like, this has been like in my imagination for years and years and years. And then when Capcom came out with the anniversary trailer, going through all the years of Mega Man and stuff like that, when they flashed to 2018, I was like, oh, snap. I was like, at first I was like, all right, yeah, they're making Mega Man 11. But I didn't know what to expect. Like, I didn't think it was going to be like current graphic or anything. But then they're like, Mega Man 11. And then the current graphics popped up, and I was like, oh, shit, they did it.
Right.
So that's what got me all excited, because I was like, oh, my God, I've been, like, imagining this for years. As a huge Mega Man fan, I was just like, oh, thank God. I was so excited. So excited. So,
like, I'm trying to think of a title that is like hasn't been made in a very long time that if they remade it, like I'd be dumb excited for?
As far as like big franchises, I don't know. Like
Not even big franchises, just in general. Like,
so I mean, you'd have to dive into like old cartoony characters, like Earthworm Jim, which I know they remade. I know they did another one. I haven't played it, but I'd have to check it out. Like you'd have to dive into guys like Earthworm Jim. You'd have to dive into like random characters like Rocket Knight and Sparks, Rocket Knight / Sparkster. Yeah, you'd have to dive into those guys. Like I would love to see another Rocket Knight. If you've never played Rocket Knight Adventures, you gotta play Rocket Knight Adventures. The game is absolutely fantastic. Probably one of the best games I played on the Genesis.
okay,
But like, they made a new one years ago for the 360, and it was okay, but it didn't really have like, it didn't really work because the way the Genesis one ran, it felt like it ran a little faster, whereas the new one, it ran smooth, but it didn't have like that high-paced octane action that the Genesis one had.
okay.
So like, it depends on the character and how they make it. So
Yeah, like I would
what I
definitely, I definitely say like it is really based on the characters, like how well they did that, the engine and things like that. Like it's a strong basis on a lot of different things. And the franchise is one of the most important things. Like how big of a title is it? You know what I mean? Like that's a really really important one. Is how big of a title it is. Like how important was the title to me? And that's really super important, because without that, like if there's no passion, no love there, and I didn't care less at that point in time, then like I'm not going to care anymore now. Like it's got to obviously hold a spot in my heart. Mega Man definitely does that for me. There was a lot. I can remember exactly where and when I mostly was playing a lot of my Mega Man. And Final Fantasy, you know, with games like that, a Metroid, you know, yeah. So I mean,
Contra.
yeah, Contra. I'd love to see another Contra.
Now I'll say, if they threw, by some miracle, I'm saying it like this, by some miracle, if Konami ever made a new Contra with current gen graphics, would you be excited?
Yeah, I think yeah,
I would be too.
yeah, I think I'd definitely be excited. It just hearing the name would really get me excited. So yeah, no, definitely would be excited. I'm trying to think if there's any other titles that I can think of from.
Are there any? All right. So are there any titles that you would not ever want to see as a remake or remaster?
I mean, I think there's E.T.
That'll never come out of. That's. Let me tell you something. You know how they found the ones in the landfill? They actually missed some.
Yeah.
The rest of them were in the Indian Ocean. I threw them in there.
Like games like Pitfall, because now you're just doing it for the name. You know what I mean? Like now you're just doing it for the name. So,
here's one for you. Ready? Because I don't think it would match this gen as far as like graphics or anything. Metal Slug.
So are you saying that it would be good for them to remake or bad?
I don't think it would be. I don't think it would be good if they remade it with like current gen graphics. I just think it would look weird. Like the way Metal Slug's played.
What if they did it like, Metal Slug looked so good back then? Well, I was going to say,
I know, but that's my point.
What if they did it like what they're doing
like,
with Mega Man?
What's that?
What would you do if they did it like what they're doing with Mega Man?
I don't know if it would fit.
No? You don't think so?
I don't know if it would fit, because see, the thing is, like, because Metal Slug's a totally different game. It's a Contra.
Yeah.
Metal Slug's a Contra.
But it's just complete chaos.
Right, but that's my thing.
Yeah, there's no, like...
I don't think that art style would fit Metal Slug.
No, but that's the thing, too. Like, not that... I'm not saying, like, that art style, I guess. Just the idea of, like, how they remade Mega Man if they were to do the same thing with a Metal Slug, just not that art style, like they just did it like a better art style. You know what I mean? Something that fit more of its thing.
I guess someone would have to make it just to see how I would. I just don't see it.
That game might be one of the games that it just ended with its time. You know what I mean? Like it was so ahead of its time that like you don't need to make another. If you make another one, literally just use the exact same engine that you did, and then just make like new stages and new idea, but. Just continuation. I believe that's one of those games. You know a game that I'd like to see? Bonk's Adventure.
Oh.
Another Bonks. That was originally.
I never played Bonks.
That was a TurboGrafx 16 game first, and then it came across the Sega CD. I think it was Sega CD. I can't remember. But
I know it went to the Genesis. I do know that.
Yeah. Let me ask you now. What was your least favorite Army Man Surge's Heroes? He says.
Oh wow!
Ouch.
Army Man Sarge's hit. Holy shit! That's a throwback.
What?
Good God, N64 days.
What was your biggest disappointment in E3?
Oh. I mean, this actually, I almost had to think about it, but I'm like, this is actually an easy one. As far as like what game was shown, or just what was the most disappointing thing?
Shown.
Shown.
Like, what did they show that you were most disappointed with?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Damn. I'd really have to think about that one.
For me, if I had to think about it, no, because crack.
Nope, I got it.
Oh, what's that?
You're gonna hate me, but it's the most obvious answer. Death Stranding.
Really? You were disappointed in that?
I was. Listen. Because, and by the way, the Golemboski that's on the Twitch chat, he even brought this up to me, and I was like, you know what? You're right.
Oh, here we go.
So, after the walking montage,
okay,
he brought up the fact that I was like, the game looked a little choppy, and I was like, wait, let me go back. And I looked back, and I was like, yeah, you're right. It does look a little choppy. It looked like a little, and I was like,
But you got to remember too, like
far out from this.
Yeah, no, they're very, very, very far out, and they're at a point now that they're just showing it the sense that they feel like they have to show something. Like they set themselves that they have to show it. So
listen, that's Kojima's fault. I've been saying that for ages now.
It's Shadow of the Colossus all over again. You know what I mean? Like, how long did we see Shadow Colossus before it actually finally came out? Like, they show it every year for like 10 years, and then it finally came out. Yeah, so it's like that almost all over again. That's comes back to the conversation that we had a few episodes back where we talked about when is too early, like.
Right.
But at the same time, us as gamers, we're spoiled. We hear a game and we want it now. Or if we hear a game, we're like, okay, where is the timeline between announcing a game and releasing a game? And there is no handbook on that. Like, there is no real handbook on that. Like, that just depends on us as a gamer and how much we want a game, And of course, like, you're trying to, them as developers are trying to build up hype at the same time. So it's.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough.
But, like, there is an unwritten rule. Like, we are spoiled. The gamers are spoiled. We're the most spoiled bunch, I'll say it right now.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, people see games and, like, yeah, they want it now.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I feel like there is a grace period. Like, let's put it this way. Perfect example. Crackdown 3 has gone way by its grace period.
And it just keeps going.
Its grace period. So... I think, the gaming community deserves Crackdown 3 after all this time. Like, you set a date, then you delay it. Then you set another date, and then you delayed it again. And you showed it back in 2013 when the Xbox One was released. So, like, Crackdown 3 is way past its handicap. I feel like the handicap for games, in my opinion, stretching it about maybe like 3 years. I think maybe like 3, possibly 4 years.
I'm okay with 5. If they made an announcement and it was like 5 years later, but they need to tell us ahead of time. Like it's not one of those, hey, here's a game, now you have to guess. Like that's the thing that frustrates me. I don't like that. Like, be honest, you know. And if you don't know, be like, you know, be honest with it. Just be like, we don't have a timeline. Like I feel Death Stranding, they're being honest with it. Cyberpunk, they're being honest with it. Beyond Good and Evil, they're being super honest. They're like, listen, you know, we want to show you this game. We're still far out from, not far out, but we're getting close. You know what I mean? Like they're saying that we're getting close. We want to bring this game. Like they're almost in tears every time they talk. They almost have me in tears every time they talk about that game because of how passionate they are.
They are extremely passionate about that game.
And
absolutely.
But stuff like that is, you get it. You want it to be right. And I can only imagine. Like I've dabbled in game programming, and I could imagine what it's like with the complexity of a game like that. And how much work they put in, and it's just like every little bug you find is disappointing. And it's like that's kind of how it is now. Like you find a few bugs, and you're just like, oh, like, you know what I mean? The people will destroy you in as far as how it works. So I get it. So, but for me, I think to me a 5-year is, because like that's the half. If you think about it, like we said, if we go by the numbers that the shelf life of what a console's been, it's 10 years. That's half the shelf life. So you're gonna announce a game at the beginning of a console and then not come out until it's, you know, halfway over. You know, like that's not cool. But I get it. Like that's the max for me. Like I found that to be acceptable, because for games that are huge titles, that's pretty much their shelf life, because what they do is they market. They market the game so far ahead, so that way, like, when are we going to get Elder Scrolls 6? Now that they put it out there. But see, Bethesda's a completely different beast, though. Like, they make announcements about a game and then drop it that year. Like, we did not know about Fallout 76, and they're dropping it this year. Like, so, but that's what they do. That's Bethesda. Like, they will drop a game that same year that they announce it. It's crazy. It's bananas. Like,
they're pretty much them and Nintendo.
Yeah, like Nintendo does that too. Yeah, Nintendo does that too. So like that's why you get mad at Nintendo. You're like, dude, there's no Pokemon in the works. No, it's just Pokemon's not coming out this year. Like, I'm not saying like this. I'm just saying that as an example, because we all know Pokemon's coming out this year. But
a Pokemon, because apparently this isn't the legit Pokemon.
Right.
So like they're still working on it, but this, I'm pretty sure this is a good holdover.
Right.
Where'd you go? Okay.
I'm still here.
I know. But yeah, like again, like Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee looks fantastic. So it's an absolute great holdover for the next Pokemon that will come out. Bethesda, they dropped Fallout 76. That's humongous. So you got a big game coming out this year, and it's going to be different because you can do multiplayer. Now, whether it's successful or not with the multiplayer, a lot of people are skeptical. I've heard a lot of skepticism from Fallout people, because they're like, oh, I just like the single player. I want to be by myself and blah, 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 blah. But like, it'll bring a new perspective, because I actually like the multiplayer aspect of it, because it could work like a more serious Borderlands. And Borderlands is fantastic. Everybody loves Borderlands. So I think it could work. It just depends on how they function the system.
Yeah.
For each part.
I've talked to some diehard Fallout fans, and they were excited about the 76 to see what they can do with the online. But I can understand the mix, but I don't blame them for trying to do this change. Like, again, they want to do something different. Like, how many times are you going to make the same thing? So I'm for it. I'm for this change, and I'm for trying it. It's so funny, right?
I agree.
Us as gamers, we sit here and we complain about how things are always stay the same, but then when something changes, then we complain about when something changes. So it's like, where is that happy medium where you can accept certain changes? And I agree, there are certain changes that are like complete misses. But sometimes you don't know that without trying to really swing for the fences. So it's like, we can't blame these companies for when they finally do swing for the fence, you know?
You have to try. You have to try to do something different. like perfect example of, of it not working.
Yeah.
Going back to Mario Party.
Yeah.
They changed the system around, and it went from a game that everybody was excited about to a game where people were like, "Oh, Mario Party, okay,
Yep. Yep.
whatever." Yeah.
Yep.
So it didn't work. The hand holding, I'm sorry, did not work.
Yep.
So now Super Mario Party comes out. So now they're going back to the drawing board. They're going back to what made Mario Party good. And so we'll see what they're doing. It looks a little different. Look what they're doing. They're still throwing a little different twist to it, but it's back to the old formula.
Yep.
That worked.
Yep.
So that was one of those, if it ain't broke, don't fix it situations.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
It's crazy, but yeah. So that's really your least favorite, huh?
yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm sorry.
That's crazy.
I'm sorry. I was just disappointed. I listen. I got what I wanted. I didn't get what I wanted. The gameplay, but again, it was, I've said it numerous times. It was just. You need to see just a little more there, Hideo. Just a little more, especially with the amount of time he's had. But
Yeah.
we'll see. Hopefully, it gets better in December because I know they'll show more at the experience.
That's what we'll get a lot. Is the PlayStation experience. So, I would like to experience the PlayStation experience. I'd love to go down there and check it out. Personally.
You would like to make 2 trips to Cali every year, one for E3 and one for the experience.
Experience actually is in Anaheim, Florida.
What?
Yeah, the PlayStation Experience is in Anaheim, Florida.
There's an Anaheim, Florida?
Not Anaheim. What is it called?
Anaheim, California?
No, it's in Florida.
But then it's not Anaheim. Anaheim's in California.
I forget what it's called. It's not Anaheim. It's
Guess what? This is when we bust out the phone and we go to Google.
Hold on a second. I'll tell you.
All right. You'll probably beat me to it because I'm using my phone. You're on the computer.
Yeah, I'm looking on the page.
PlayStation Experience. If anybody in chat can beat us to it.
This is confusing.
2018.
Those without tickets can carry the theater starting 2 hours before the showtime.
PlayStation E3. No, I don't want the. How to get free tickets as 2018. Yeah, this is not helping. Maybe I should just write.
This year they're doing it in the theaters across the world, across the United States.
PSX 20. Well, they did that last year. They did do that last year. Where they in some theaters they did show it off. PSX 2018 located.
They are free right now.
What's free?
The tickets for PlayStation Experience.
They're free?
Yeah. So speaking of tickets will be free and are available starting on Tuesday. Tuesday. Hold on, wait. This might. Oh no, 2018.
This is not helping.
What the fuck? How is it Tuesday?
This
Tuesday.
is not helping. We'll never figure.
We're in July. We're in July. So tickets were already given for free.
To go to the PlayStation. Whoops. All right, I don't see anything. I legit do not see anything. So I'm just going to assume it's in California.
Experience.
We may find it.
I'm checking.
Going confirmed for 2018 at PS. Okay, that's good. Damn Days Gone. Well, while you're looking, what was your biggest disappointment of E3?
I had it in mind, and that's why I said it. And I can't remember what it was. I had it in mind. That was like my whole purpose of bringing it up. Well, as far as like what they showed.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
Should I play the? playing the Jeopardy music.
I'm trying to think because there was a specific game that when I seen it, I was just like,
No.
E3 2018.
We'll never. All right, I'm never gonna figure this out. If anybody knows where PSX is, in chat, figure it out. Let us know. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. I honestly thought you were gonna say that other game, that samurai game.
Ghost of Tsushima. No, Ghost of Tsushima looked better than Death Stranding.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know why. I don't know.
You've been stumped. I mean, I could. Let's think. All right, let's go through the conferences. All right, so Square Enix.
I'm looking at the complete list right now.
Oh, you're looking at the complete.
Yeah. I don't know. This isn't the most disappointing thing, but I was a little disappointed in Kingdom Hearts. I don't know. I feel like that game has been such a letdown in a lot of different aspects of, like, it took this long to get it to, like, finally us to hear about it.
To finally get to this point.
And then it's like, even at this point now, like, I feel like the hype for it from me is gone.
Ooh, really?
It's not like completely gone, but it's just like, you know what I mean?
I can see that because you and Andre have been waiting ages and ages for Kingdom Hearts. So I get it. But I feel like, I mean, it looks good. It looks fantastic. I think it's going to be a rock solid game for sure. I don't know if that's the biggest disappointment. I mean, as far as the aspect of Square Enix making you wait, yeah, absolutely. But that wasn't the most disappointing thing about Square Enix at all.
Oh no, that list is very long.
Yeah, there is way more disappointing things about Square Enix.
You know what? I'd have to say Madden.
Different choice, but yes, absolutely, I can see that for sure.
Because I think Madden set a standard for themselves, and the standard's not even high. And how do you not meet your standard for a game that you push out every year? Like, I was very disappointed.
I absolutely agree with that. Like, they were so heavy on their sports games last season. Just like concentrating on it, they're doing different things and story mode, and they were hyping and everything. And then this year, nothing. Literally got nothing. They're just like, yeah, it's coming. Freaking Juju Smith comes out with the guy that apparently the Madden champion, and that was that. FIFA. They talked about FIFA. They brought out the Euro Cup. Cool. But about 3/4 of the people in that audience were like, oh, that's a nice trophy. What is it? So it's like, okay, but you didn't really emphasize anything.
Yeah.
On your sports game.
Yeah.
They didn't even bring up NHL.
Yeah.
Like, NHL wasn't even brought up. The most that they dived into for all the sports games was live.
Yeah.
Because they know they needed to trying to resuscitate NBA Live. So they're like, oh yeah, you can play street ball and all this other stuff. And I'm like, okay.
They're trying so hard.
They are trying extremely hard. That's why I was just like, just make NBA Street.
Yeah.
Volume 4.
Yeah.
Just do it. Because it would be great. I'd love it. But they're not. They're not going to do that. So. Because that branch, EA Sports Big, is not there. Who gives a shit? You can make it on a different branch.
Yeah,
You're EA. Look at how big your company is.
Yeah, I know. They could handle something like that.
So, yeah, I can agree with the EA Sports, or Madden specifically, being very underwhelming this year.
Yeah, we're just like, like you guys already have a standard, and you somehow got below that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Needless to say.
Yeah, I don't know. But all right, let's get into the first half of 2018 of games.
First half.
I imagine you probably have some sort of list.
I mean, I got the GameSpot article up where they're showing, they got they got like their top 35.
Okay.
I think it's like top 35.
So,
a lot of indie stuff.
A lot of indie is starting to come more into the picture.
Yes.
Hellblade last year was a very good game that opened up the doors for a lot of people, more so than I think people actually realize.
Yes.
Which is very important, and especially in the indie game. I think Hellblade was so good. A lot of people didn't even realize. All right, so when I say good, I don't want to get it misconstrued, because indie games aren't bad. Indie games don't have a title of being a bad game. It's the development of the game looks completely different due to the team size that you have, because it takes so much and so much power and like manpower and aka woman power as well to make a game. What is it? Actor and actresses capturing, character capturing, voice capturing. It's just so much that it entitles. So you can tell when a game is indie by development process that they use to make it. With that being said, Hellblade had a very high standard as far as the development, a very high development for an indie team. And that's what made that game look it's so good. Like, it's just like, how is this an indie game? Like, she ended up doing, she had to actually do the acting because I guess the actress that they hired ended up getting sick or something. So one of the developers had to end up doing it, and she got awards for it and everything, like, which is crazy. So they definitely opened that gateway more so for indie games. I mean, like, then you have games like Cuphead, which that is more of an indie game. Like, you can tell that's an indie game due to development, but it was a hell of an indie game. Didn't change anything, though. Like, it was a hell of an indie game.
Yeah, it was. Cuphead is one of the. This is going without saying. This is one of the best indie games ever. Like, everything hand drawn. That's crazy.
Yeah.
No wonder why it took so long to come out.
Yeah.
Because they probably had to hand draw everything, and they're like, "Oh crap, this sucks. We got to hand draw this now."
Yep.
Stuff like that. So it must have. No wonder why it took so long.
Yep.
But yeah, that's a fantastic game. And just looking at like another list that I have of game of the month that was for the last between January and now. Like in February, the runner-up was Fee. Was the game Fee, which is an indie game.
Yep.
So that was already right there. In March, another one, which was A Way Out. That was runner-up. So indie games are slowly creeping, slowly but surely creeping into the main stage as best games of the month, for sure. You'll like this one, by the way, for April. This isn't indie, but the runner-up for April, because obviously God of War was the game of the month. Runner-up was the Labo. Yep.
Oh, man.
The runner-up for April was Nintendo Labo. Right. We gotta get some Labo. Actually, I got some Labo somewhere out there. I don't know. I got Labo somewhere.
I have a bunch of Labo in my trash barrel here for PCG.
Oh yeah, bust it out. Make some Labo. May another indie, Moonlighter, was runner-up, and then June. We already brought this up, but I still don't understand. How in God's name, Jurassic World Evolution was game of the month over Mario Tennis? I don't get it.
What is this? I gotta.
Yeah, we're gonna have to look this up. Apparently, it got 4 out of 5 from games.
Jurassic Evolution, World Evolution.
Jurassic World Evolution. Apparently, it got game of the month, and I'm like, how? I don't know. That's weird.
Because you get the build.
I will say this, though. January so far is the strongest month that had for game of the month and runner-up. Because runner-up was Dragon Ball Fighters.
Okay.
And the game of the month was Monster Hunter World.
Okay.
Well, so far January is killing it. But let's go through. But I got the GameSpot article right here. Yeah, so I mean, right out the gate, they're already busting out indies. I haven't played this one yet. The Red Strings Club. In the game's opening piano chord, the Red Strings Club features an exploration of themes regarding human emotion, strong writing, and exciting situations create an experience that is deeply gratifying. Okay. Huh, that's interesting. And it's for PC, so I can play it on my new PC. All right, next, another indie, Iconoclasts, which apparently it's on PS4. It's on the Vita and PC.
Gotta love that Vita.
You gotta love that Vita. Anybody got a Vita? Anybody in chat still have a Vita?
I have mine.
Yeah, I know you do.
I have mine.
Yeah, we know you do.
I love my Vita.
Yeah, I know you do. Yeah, so Iconoclast. It's after solving every puzzle witnessing the finale of its poignant narrative. All right, it's a puzzle game. Okay, I like that. All right. So this one's got to be up your alley. So the next game they're showing, I don't know if you've heard this one, is The Impatient.
Yes, that's a VR game.
That's why I was like,
yep.
I don't know if you played it.
Yep. It's actually on sale. PlayStation has a sale right now, and I think it's like $12 for it or something.
So in other words, you're getting it.
The plan is to, yes.
Yeah, I got an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, no, they say it's really, really good.
Actually, it looks really nice. All right, but next is Celeste. Celeste is next. Celeste has been, as far as indie games go, this is definitely going to be in the running for Indie Game of the Year. It's been getting a lot of hype. It looks really good, too.
No, it looks awesome.
Yeah. Celeste, I got to try it. I got to play. I got to see how much it is. Testament to convincing writing and ingenious design. After playing Celeste, I felt like on the same journey as Madeline, her struggle is one made up. Yeah, I gotta play that. Celeste looks amazing. Oh, Monster Hunter World is the next one. I still have yet to play Monster Hunter World. Have you played a Monster Hunter?
I played a little bit. I didn't get super into the main release after the game came out. I didn't get super into it like everybody else did. But I did play it. I did enjoy what I played, but again, it was one of those games that are going to take so much time for me to be dedicated to it that I wasn't able to. But on the Nintendo Switch, that might be a different story for me.
Well, that's the older one that came out. It's not Monster Hunter. If they had Monster Hunter World for the Switch, oh my god.
Yeah, no, I know it's not. It's going to be the other one, but that Monster Hunter I might play.
Oh yeah, for sure. This is a game I should have got during the Steam sale, and I didn't even think about it. The next one, I've seen a ton of people play on PC, Subnautica.
Okay.
You are underwater. I believe you get to explore a lot of stuff. I haven't played it a lot. Well, I haven't played it at all, but I haven't seen enough of it. But a lot of people have been playing it and been giving it huge raving reviews. Most fascinating survival game. Yeah, so you're underwater. You're kind of stranded underwater, and you're basically like trying to survive underwater. That's the basis of the game. So I should have got it during the Steam sale. I'm such a Steam noob. All right, so Subnautica. Oh, speaking of Shadow of the Colossus, that's the next one on the list.
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
So, I still have yet to play Shadow of the Colossus. Either one. But I definitely want to get it. I definitely want to pick that up because I think I would love that. I think I would love that game a lot. It's just a question of will it make me, because I know a lot of people kind of get motion sickness with the game. That's what I've been hearing. So I don't know, but if I don't, I'm sure I'll love it. It looks great. I should have played it at PAX.
The Shadow Colossus for VR was really, really good.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. I'm sure it was. That must be crazy.
Yeah. Definitely different.
Okay, so this one's right up both our alleys. Dragon Ball Fighters.
Yep.
That's the next
one. I don't think that game will win Game of the Year, especially in the competition of Red Dead and God of War, and even Far Cry. But I wouldn't be surprised if it got shit gets nominated.
I think it'll win Fighting Game of the Year.
Yeah.
It'll definitely win that because Smash is coming out in December.
Yeah, so it'll be too late.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be enough time to actually, be nominated. Which is funny because that's a question. If it's after the Game Awards, does it count for the following year?
Yes, I believe it does.
Okay. So hopefully the Game Awards are before it comes out. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe it does.
So I would love that. But Fighters is fantastic. There's so many hidden little things to that game that just make it really good.
Visually, it's just really, really good too.
Oh, visually it's fantastic. That is an absolute fantastic game. But they put PS4, Xbox One, and PC for the platforms. They forgot the Switch. How dare they? All right, next is another fighting game, UFC 3.
Oh, yeah. Did that come out already?
Yeah, apparently it did come out already. So UFC 3 with who's in it? Bruce Lee's in it.
Yeah, yep. That's the one with Bruce Lee in it.
Bruce Lee's in it. That's all I can say about that one. It's just sports stuff I don't play a lot of sports stuff anymore. Radiant Historia, Perfect Chronology. I can't talk. Chronology.
Chronology? What the hell is that? What game is it?
It's not chronological.
Oh, you're saying it's not in chronological order?
No, the game is called Radiant Historia Perfect Chronology. I cannot talk today.
It's all right. It's all right. I can't say that either, so it's okay.
All right, next is Kingdom Come Deliverance. I've heard of that one. I forgot how it played though. I know I've seen it. Even with these issues in mind, anyone who can appreciate the down and dirty nature of history should play Kingdom Come Deliverance. Impressive and unflinching look at the medieval. Oh, that's right. That is the medieval game. I knew I've seen it. All right, next one is Moss.
Okay, that one's. I'm not a huge fan of Moss. I just can't figure out the game, I guess. In VR, it's a VR game, so.
Oh no, I know. That's why I was like Moss. Man.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. I played the demo, so I guess I haven't really played it, but.
Yeah, I got you. All right, next one is a PC game. Looks like another indie game. Looks all right. It's called Into the Breach. Kind of looks like a StarCraft type game, but like in a very small area.
Into the Breach.
Don't know much about that one. Oh, hold on. There's so much strategic joy. Okay, it's a puzzle game.
Yeah.
Action pack, risk-free puzzle, and the remarkable diversity of playstyles afforded. Interesting. There's our first Switch game, and I still have to play it. Kirby Star Allies.
Kirby.
I still have to play Kirby Star Allies.
I was gonna say that's supposed to be really good.
Oh, I want to play it so much. I want to play it with 4 other people so we can do the friend train.
The friend
which
train.
will be also known as the hype train.
The hype train.
Yeah,
the hype friend train.
It's not called the friend train. It would be called the hype train for sure.
Yeah, PCG hype train.
PCG.
Hoop hoop.
PCG PAX hype train.
Yeah, boy.
Next one is Surviving Mars. I have not played that, but it looks like you build it's a city building game. It is definitely a city building. I can already see it. Building a nice little city in a bubble. A little anime, Attack on Titan 2.
Attack on Titan 2.
I know nothing about Attack on Titan. I figured you would know more about that than I would.
I don't get into Attack on Titan. I watch the anime, but I just don't. I'm not into the game series.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Ni no Kuni 2.
Yeah.
I have not played any of the Ni no Kuni games, but people who are die-hard RPG gamers love the series. So I don't know if you know much about it.
I don't know much about it. I know, like you said, I know a few people that are into the series, but I've never got into the series myself. I think Chris used to play that.
Okay. Yeah, I know Albert loves RPG stuff, and Ni no Kuni is right up there for him.
Yeah.
He loves those. He loves Japanese RPGs, for sure. All right, MLB The Show. You don't have to say anything. Another indie game, Minute, but it's spelled MINIT. Minutes lives might only last 60 seconds, but it's extremely well thought out world. Oh, okay. So here's a nominee for Game of the Year. Far Cry 5.
Yep. I never got to play. I played for a little while, the online mode for it, and it was pretty cool. But when I say a little bit, very, very little. So I do plan on playing more. But again, it's about time.
So I've yet to play a Far Cry game, but I have seen a few people stream it. And yeah, very interesting.
Yeah,
very interesting. Definitely different scenarios that you can point out. It's so crazy. It's so crazy, some of the decisions that you have to make, and then you don't realize, some of the things that you don't do, end up being, good or bad things. It's crazy.
Huh.
There's so many different directions you can go with that. Not as much as Detroit, but...
Right.
But, it's crazy. That game is nuts. There was... The trailers that we saw for it, doesn't even describe what the entirety of the game is at all.
Yeah. I like games like that, though. Mostly Far Cry is very well known to be a little tapped. Not so much tapped, but there's just craziness involved within the game.
Yeah, but the funny thing to me is, watching the trailer for Far Cry 5, it didn't look like it was as tapped as, the other Far Cry games. But then... when people were playing it and getting into it, it was tapped.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, well, okay, this is different. So,
but you like that too, though. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it throws you. It completely throws you off, but it's so cool. So, that's probably another one I should have bought on Steam. But I did. I'm limited because I spent so much money on the PC itself.
Between money and time, I think we all have a good enough reason to not always be able to play.
But I did get the Portals. I did buy Portals.
Oh, did you get Portals on sale?
Yeah, for like Portal 1 and 2 are like not even $5.
Yeah, I bought that a long time ago. Portal is so good.
I love Portal.
Yeah.
I just haven't played the whole thing of either one.
The cake is a lie.
I won't get to that.
That's like the greatest. That's the most popular saying from that game.
Oh yeah, we've discussed this.
Yeah.
The one time you said it, I went duh. So your nominee, so far my nominee for Game of the Year, God of War.
Yep. I think it's so far ahead of the other games that are out right now. I'm amazed by it, and I'm not saying that just because like God of War is my favorite franchise. Like I am truly, deathly surprised and impressed with what this game brings. I am blown away by everything they did with this game. So I enjoy it, and the only game that's coming out that could be coming close to competing with it is maybe Red Dead.
See, it's all, to me, it's all going to come down to what Red Dead looks like.
Yeah.
And how it plays. Because if it plays and gets as popular as Grand Theft Auto, it's probably going to take Game of the Year.
But the question is, will it?
That we do not know until we see it. But apparently we haven't seen. That's the other thing, too. Like, somebody brought it up the other day, and I went, oh, yeah. We haven't seen any gameplay. We literally haven't seen any gameplay of Red Dead. We've seen nothing. We've seen a little bit of something, but like since then we haven't seen like any like in-game play. It's like maybe we've seen like game engine stuff, but like as far as the game, like seeing someone play it and what you can do, yeah, we haven't seen nothing.
There's articles saying that it won't be as successful as GTA 5, which was.
Well, I mean, not really a bold statement, but GTA 5 was a completely different monster.
I mean, like, I can't believe, like, it's still, like, going strong right now. Like, super strong.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, the game came out, 5-6 years ago?
And it's still like one of the top played games online, other than obviously Fortnite.
Right, exactly. That's what, like, it's like, oh, it won't have the same success. Okay, that's not really saying much. That was an anomaly. This is an anomaly.
Yeah.
With Grand Theft Auto 5. Mm-hmm. So the next game, Yakuza 6. I thought people really didn't like Yakuza 6, or was that Yakuza 0?
I can't remember.
Oh my god. It was either one or the other one, but holy cutscenes, Batman. I've never really watched a Yakuza game, but oh my god, how many cutscenes are there?
Yeah.
There's so many cutscenes.
One too many.
One too many. All right. So the next one, we're not nothing about this. There's a game called the Alliance Alive, and the platform is the 3DS. You want to take a crack at this one?
No, not at all.
See, I'm looking at the article. I should be looking at it down here so I can see your face, but I can't. I can't see
so you couldn't even see my face that I made?
I saw it.
Oh.
I was like, 3DS. He's like.
I don't get it.
We'll just skip it. But maybe we should talk about that a little bit.
I don't.
They may make a successor for the 3DS. Oh, no. Is that worse than Square Enix?
I mean,
no.
you have the fucking Switch. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I know that. Trust me, I know that. But whatever makes money.
It won't.
Okay, next one. Okay, I've heard of this one. Yes, I have. Okay. It's Frostpunk.
Frost?
I've seen someone play it. I know I've seen a streamer friend of mine play Frostpunk. Basically, it's another city builder game.
Oh.
But this time you are in, an icy area. kind of like ice, not really Ice Age type thing, but it's futuristic. So
Is,
yeah, you're building a whole city.
is there any mobile games that are on there?
I've yet to see a mobile game.
Because I have to say, I started playing after E3. I started playing, what's it called?
Pokemon Go.
No. Hold on, let me just look on my phone. Elder Scrolls Legends.
Oh,
And it's a card game.
It's a card game. Yes.
Awesome. I absolutely love it.
Really?
Yep. I like it. I like it a lot. Like, I played a lot.
People told me it was good.
Yeah, I played a lot.
I don't know if I'm gonna get into it. Yeah, I mean, I've said it before. Like Yu-Gi-Oh, and like I draw the line after Yu-Gi-Oh. That's it for me.
Yeah. It's not like a full card game. It's weird, but it's good. It's good.
Interesting. I should have looked at it because I know they were showing it at PAX.
Mm-hmm.
I should have just like watched somebody play just to see exactly what was going on. Because quite a few people have been saying it was good too. So
yeah, no, I like it. I like it. I'm a little upset because I screwed up my game on my phone. I thought my account was linked to my main account already because I already have a Bethesda account. So when I went to sign in, like I went through all the tutorial and everything. So when I went to sign in, it said, "Do you want to merge the accounts?" I was like, "Yeah." So I did, and it started me all over again, which is not that big of a deal because I didn't do anything outside of the tutorial yet. But the tutorial is like huge, like it's really, really long.
Oh, jeez.
So, but I got a bunch of cards, and now I don't like. I lost all those cards that I got, but I imagine those cards I'll continuously get again. So.
Yeah, as you play for sure.
Yeah. So.
But I don't know if you got anything like super duper rare. I don't think you would.
That's the whole thing. I don't think I did. I don't think you can out of the tutorial. So.
Gotcha. All right, next one is a game called BattleTech, another PC game. It takes its time to be meticulous in every respect and pushing through the density and idiosyncrasies of its many slow-moving parts can be tough, but the will to decipher it by deliberate and punishingly plotting. I'm gonna have to look what exactly it is. Almost looks like you got a pack of people type Destiny type game. Interesting. Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. I've never even heard of this. I don't even know what the first one was.
D9 says, "What about Hearthstone by Blizzard? I play it and I make money with that." Hearthstone is huge. I don't play Hearthstone. I know a lot of people that do play Hearthstone. Maybe one time I'll get into it, especially that it is mobile. I might learn it. But my thing is, for games that a lot of people play, I tend to not play it because I'm already so late into the game. If I got to play it like at the beginning of the game, then yeah. But people are so far ahead of me to play it, like it's frustrating for me to play and try to catch up to people. So I try not to.
Hearthstone's humongous. Hearthstone is humongous.
Yeah, it's a big esport, so.
Oh, yeah. Faux shit. You guys are going to get me back into a card game? I don't know if I can do that.
Dude, do the Legends or Hearthstone. Hearthstone's a good one to pick up. Like I said, like you can go on PC and on your phone. Like games like that I like because you can just cross-play. Like if it's just one or the other, it sucks.
It's like a Switch.
No. Yeah. I love Pokemon card game, and like I keep going back to it, and every time I go back into it, man, like I get like heavy into it. Like I have very good cards. Like I have very good cards, and I get so into that game. It's so good. To me it's so good.
I've just never got into it. I don't know why, which is funny because I love Pokemon, but I just never got into the card game. Like I've had like cards here and there, but then I end up like throwing them out because I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna use these. Like I just never got into it. If I played it a couple times, maybe I would probably get into it because it is Pokemon. But like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just like regular Pokemon so much. I'm just like, I don't want to play it any other way.
Yeah.
Maybe that's how I feel.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about the card game. And like when you kick someone's ass, like you're just like you want to annihilate them. Like that is your goal. Like it's just to annihilate the shit out of them, and that's what I try to do.
Nice.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
Speaking of annihilating people, next game, Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle.
That's huge. We host tournaments for that here.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, that could win Fighter of the Year, but
no.
Yeah, I just think Fighters was just really polished.
Yeah, no, it's not Fighter Z at all.
No. Fighter, yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's definitely not Fighter Z.
Yeah, I guess this does make sense. Unravel 2.
Oh, that's right. Now that's out now. Yep.
Yeah, because it is out. I still want to play. I still got to play the first one. Another one I probably could have picked up on
Steam. Yeah.
Steam. No, maybe not. I gotta think of it. Oh wait, I could check what the platforms were. Oh, it's on. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Another one I could have got on Steam. Another one I missed out. Oh, and the last one, The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit.
So I mean, I think the list is pretty clear. What games are getting nominated already? We still got the second half of the year to go. There's still a lot of good games that are coming out. Red Dead being one of them, and possibly questionable. Could possibly win Game of the Year. So. Yeah, so we got some exciting stuff for this year, and have already gotten some exciting stuff. So a lot of indies at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, a crap ton of indies. We got, obviously, we talked about Celeste. Celeste, to me, so far, is indie game of the year.
Yeah.
It just looks fantastic. Maybe when... but we will see there's a lot more to come. A lot more on like the Switch as well. That'll be coming out for like indie stuff, just because they're constantly having the Nindies go on and stuff. So
yeah.
See what's still to come out. Well, I mean, so far my game. I wish Andre was here. I was gonna say this too, as a joke. I was going to say, my game of the year so far is Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. Because, it's Zelda. So, I mean, obviously it wins, duh.
Yeah. That's so funny. So, in August, we still got We Happy Few. It's coming out. PC, PS4, Xbox One. The World of Warcraft expansion.
That doesn't count as a game of the year.
Divinity looks pretty good. Dragon Quest, Immortal Unchained, Spider-Man,
Starlink.
You know what? That's another game that's actually has an awesome chance of getting Game of the Year is Spider-Man. We can't forget about Spider-Man.
It does, but I don't think it will. I don't think it'll win games.
So I'm going to be honest. I hope it doesn't. And not for anything bad.
Just because you want God of War to win.
Well, I just think God of War deserves it. You know what I mean? And I just don't think the game's not good and it wins. If a game is better than God of War, then but I just know it's not going to be, you know?
See, like, this year's shaping up to be kind of heavy, but I don't think it's going to be as heavy as last year's lineup for Game of the Year. Because last year's lineup was holy moly heavy.
We got Forza 4, Horizon 4, Mario Party, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Black Ops 4, Soul Calibur 6,
Oh, where? I almost forgot about that one.
Yeah, yeah.
We've got a fight now in Fighter Game of the Year.
Battlefield 5, Red Dead 2, Fallout 76, Pokemon Let's
Oh
Go.
yeah. See, that's the thing. Like, we're not even like thinking about games like Fallout 76 and stuff.
Yeah,
I'm
so
like, yeah, that could be Game of the Year.
this could be a very competitive year.
Yeah, this year will definitely be very competitive.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, now that we're reading off the second half games.
But so I'm gonna actually cut the show a little early. I've had to go to the bathroom for the last hour and I've been holding it.
Oh jeez.
And things are picking up a little bit at the lounge. But if Andre would say, I would say keep going and I would go to the bathroom and come back. But I think we pretty much went over all the games that we had.
Yeah, I mean those are the top games pretty much.
Yeah.
So far this year. Obviously, we both picked God of War so far as Game of the Year, but second half is going to be quite interesting.
You know what game has a chance of winning fighting is 30th Anniversary Collection. Because there are a lot of games that are on that Street Fighter 30th Anniversary that never came to major consoles.
I don't think it would count, though, because that's just a bunch of older fighting games. It's not a newer fighting.
Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, you never know. That's true. I can't really talk soon. So.
What about, we didn't? I don't think we said this, and if you said this, I missed it. Detroit Become Human?
Was that even on the list? I didn't even see that on the list. What?
That's bizarre.
GameSpot giving no love for Detroit.
So that's a little disappointing.
Yeah, that is a little disappointing. Yeah, now I gotta go look up what they rated it. Wait. Before we go. Oh, hold on. I probably should say review. GameSpot. What did they give it? Oh, okay. That's why.
What did they give it?
So GameSpot gave it a 7.
Oh, wow.
So that's why it wasn't on the list. Alrighty. Because all the games on their list was like 8, 10, or 8 to 9s pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they rated it a 7.
Well, we're gonna have to see. We're halfway there. A little more than halfway there now.
A little more. Oh boy.
So
it's gonna be a very exciting second half when Mega Man 11 wins Game of the Year.
Yeah, that would be astounding.
If Mega Man 11 won Game of the Year, you have no idea how excited I would be.
But would you feel like that was like false?
No.
Deep inside.
No.
Like deep inside the crevices of your
I'd be like,
would you be able to accept that award? That's like the Dallas Mavericks when they won their championship. Like did they truly accept that championship? Like truly?
Wait, they beat LeBron, Bosch, and Wade. I would accept that championship.
But deep inside, like, do they really consider them champions?
Absolutely. Wait a minute. No. Yes.
I'm only kidding. I'm only
kidding.
kidding.
That same
I think he
year
deserves
was the
it.
year LeBron came out and said, "We gonna win."
Yeah.
Not 3, not 4, not 5.
I think they deserve it. That was the year that I said he deserved that. If there was any team that one All-Star truly worked for, it was definitely him. Like Dirk worked for that championship. So.
Dirk absolutely killed it that year.
Yeah.
But yeah, if Mega Man 11 wins Game of the Year, yeah, I'll blow up Twitter. I'd blow up Twitter.
But all right, I gotta go before my stomach explodes. That is it for us this week. And don't forget, PCG is officially open. We are open Monday through Thursday, 2 to 9, Friday, 2 to 12, Saturday, 11 to 12, and Sunday, 9 to 11. 11 to 9. I said that backwards. 11 to 9. come hang out, play some arcade games, play some Bounty House, play some bumper cars, play some PCs and consoles with us. So we got to get Kyle back down here so we can get into some gaming. So, but all of us can get into some gaming with streaming. So, but that's it for us this week. We'll catch you next week, and same time, same channel. Till then, peace.